to an algebra tutorial working our way through understanding linear graphs and patterns. In this particular video, we're going to talk about how to find a slope-intercept equation if we're just given a graph, such as like the one we have here. So let's review a little bit. Slope-intercept form of a linear equation is in the form y equals m times some value x and y are my variables, plus b. And m and b are simply our slope, respectively. That's the m value. It's what's multiplying our variable. And b is our y-intercept. So if I want to write an equation in that form, that's what I got to figure out, is what is the slope and what is the y-intercept. Well, the slope, if you remember, is just the average rate of change between 2 points. And so I'm going to look on my graph for 2 points to find that. And I'm also going to use my graph to figure out the y-intercept. I'm going to start off with the y-intercept. I think that'd be the easiest. So let's take a look on my y-axis and go all the way down until we see my y-intercept. It crosses right about there. Well, that's a value of y value of -4. So my y-intercept in this particular graph is going to be -4. That was pretty easy. All right, now let's figure out the slope of the line. I need 2 points. I've already got the y-intercept, so let's find another point that my line goes right through. I'm just going to pick this one right here. It goes right through the corner. It's a nice clear point. So it's got an x value of 1, 2, 3, 4, and a y value of 2. So there's the coordinates of that point. And I also still have the coordinates of my y-intercept. It's when x is 0, my y value is -4. All right, so my slope is the change in y values. I want to know how much change is happening between those y values of those 2 points, and I divide it by the change in my x values. So I find y values, subtract them, find the x values, subtract them, and that tells me my change. Well, in this particular problem, I have a y value of 2. That's my y value right there. And I'm going to subtract from it this y value from the other point. So I'm going to 2 minus -4. Be careful with all your negative values. I like to use parentheses to help me not flub those things up. So 2 minus -4. I'm also going to have 4 minus 0. I got to subtract the x values. So let's see how much change is going on there. All right, so that's going to help us find our slope. So 2 minus -4 is 2 plus 4, which ends up equaling 6. So between those 2 points, our y values increase by 6. That's nice to know. And then 4 minus 0 means as I'm increasing by 6, I'm also changing my x values by 4. Well, 6 over 4 reduces down to 3 over 2. And there is a value for my slope. I could also rewrite that as 1.5 if I wanted to. Both of those work are pretty standard. So 1.5 or 3.2 is my slope. So now let's write a linear equation. We know my slope. Let's write that up here. The slope was 1.5. My y-intercept was -4. So my equation is y is equal to 1.5, that's the slope, that's what I'm repeatedly adding over and over again, times x minus 4. That's my starting value, my particular point I'm basing my line around. So this is an equation that shows in algebraic form the relationship that is going on in my line right here. This line and this equation are different ways of representing the same thing, the relationship between x and y. Hopefully that's helpful for you, given a line, being able to find the slope, y-intercept, and write a slope-intercept form equation.